What is going on, everybody? This is my first YouTube video, kind of vlogging, that type of style. It feels kind of weird to be holding a camera. I don't really know how to explain that much, but basically we're gonna go over how I got an Aston Martin at 20 years old. I mean, so blessed. I'm gonna be kind of going over how I did it and what kind of went into it and why I did it at such a young age. What do I do at a young age to be able to kind of afford that and take that leap? But yeah, so I'm just gonna be going over all that in this video. I mean, let's actually get into some clothes then. We'll go out to the garage, we'll show you guys, and then we'll kind of do a drive and I'll go get some food and I'll just kind of explain everything. So stay tuned. All right, so this is basically what we got going on. I'm just gonna throw on just something comfortable so we can go out. So I had these, just some black sweatpants. I'm gonna wear this black shirt and just throw on, I had these Yeezys. They're super comfortable. Why not throw them on? All right, we're heading out to the car. Let's grab the keys right here. Check this out. Just a close up on this key. Just look at that. It is so cool looking. It's got the logo, it's in glass. I don't know how they do it, but check this out. And there it is. Let's get her unlocked. Let's go for a drive. All right, so we're in the car. We're just driving, having a good old time. We're just gonna be kind of cruising around, just talking about how, you know, why we made it this car. You know, kind of how did it all come about. So basically, why did I go, first off, why did I even go with an Aston Martin? What was it? So I was looking at cars, you know, for fun, as a lot of, you know, people who are into cars are. You know, they want something fun, cool, maybe a little bit unique. So I was like, okay, well, what kind of is in the budget? And sure enough, I stumbled across a really old Doug DeMuro video. And basically he went over how like they had he had a ton of upfront maintenance costs, whatever. It was like 20 grand, it was something insane. And he was actually able, once he paid whatever the total expense cost, kind of like the bigger things, he said that it was a fairly reliable car. And I was like, you know, Aston Martin, hand-built, British, you know, this ain't adding up. But anyway, I mean, I kind of continued watching the video, and sure enough, he mentioned that once you got those maintenance costs out of the way, it was pretty fairly reliable, and that he was able to take it on trips that were far away. He was able to go cross country from California all the way to the East Coast. I was like, okay, well, he's a pretty trusted dude. You know, he's got a lot of subscribers. You know what? Let's kind of look into them. And I all the research I did were they're fairly reliable. You know, they were pretty depreciated. This car new was $126,000. I'll put up a screenshot of the window sticker. It's crazy, but it was really interesting because I'm like, okay, well, we can get a reliable Aston Martin for a depreciated price, and you know, why not? So now to put the story kind of in twofold, we were looking at cars, and we were looking at some other stuff, but the Aston Martins just kind of had my heart, and they I'm a tall guy, I'm 6'6", so fitting in them wasn't a problem, which I'm so grateful for. And trust me, it crushes dreams when you're tall and you can't fit in cars. Like I remember I tried getting the Miata, wasn't it? So I got this car. I bought it for $38,000. I'm just gonna be open with kind of what I paid for it. It had about 42,000 miles on it, and it was just so well maintained. The previous owner had done the clutch, and the previous owner had done the brakes. You know, a whole bunch of kind of preventative maintenance. Oops. Just gone the wrong lane there. You know, it was kind of like good to go, ready to rumble, literally. And so I got this kind of feeling that I was like, okay, maybe this is like, you know, if I'm gonna own one, this is what I want to have. So I ended up going for it, and before I did, really nice gentleman. It was actually, if you guys have ever heard of SEMA Motorsports, the gentleman who sold it to me was actually the CEO. His name's Mike Spagnola. Awesome guy. He liked that I was young, into cars, and just a wonderful experience. He was happy he was going to a good home and someone who was actually going to enjoy it. And I mean, just I don't even need to do much talking for the rest of the video. That just kind of, no other car sounds like that. So going back to kind of what I do, how I afford it. So I worked basically throughout high school. When I started at 16, I got my work permit for my high school, and I actually ended up going and working at a pizza place, a local pizza shop, and I kind of worked the cash register. I made about $16 an hour, and it was fun. I had a blast, made some really cool friends, and it was a part-time job to get me through high school. So I actually ended up working there a lot more often than I thought, because a lot of people would get bored or whatever. A lot of people, how do I say this? Just they kind of gave up their shifts because they weren't feeling like working or something. And I basically told everyone, hey, if you're wanting to give up your shift, let me know. Without you giving up shifts, they won't give me more hours. So sure enough, I was working on average. Some weeks were like 32 hours a week. Others were maybe around 25. But it was a solid gig that I had going on. And when I turned 18, I did delivery driving. And so I was a pizza delivery guy. And so I was making great tips, saved up. And then I got an opportunity to go into the financial service business. And that's just a whole video on itself. If you guys want to learn about, if you guys want to know about that, let me know in the comments. But I happen to be the youngest financial advisor in the nation. And it was such an awesome thing to hear, that I was, and that a lot of people my age, they're in college still or something like that. So I was just so blessed to be able to have an opportunity to go and study for my licenses and that type of thing. So I'm a financial advisor. I've been doing it for about 2 years now, and basically I got out of high school, and as soon as I started doing delivery, and about 6 months later, I ended up going for my Series 7 and 66 exam, or financial advising licenses that basically say, hey, you know this much about stocks, and you know this much about giving advice based on suitability, here you go. Basically just taking someone's situation and can you help them out. So after doing that, I'm now licensed for over a year and a half. And this was kind of the turning point for me, because then I started to just slowly but surely make more and more commission. And eventually that just kind of stacked up along with my savings. And I didn't really spend money on a lot of things, to be honest with you. I mean, I always loved cars, so I had a couple cars. I had a 350Z and some fun stuff like that. But other than that, it was save and work hard and save up. So I mean, if you work 20 hours a week and you make 20 bucks an hour, at least in California, that's the minimum wage. So if you make 20 bucks an hour, 20 hours a week, it's $400. So if you do that for, a month, so say 4 weeks, you're already at $1,600 saved up. So if you can, and that's just at 20 hours. If you work more than that, you're going to get paid more. If you kind of have other things going for you, but it adds up. And if you put it into maybe some investments, or just something that will kind of grow over time, or just give you a little bit of interest for more short term, then it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth your time. So I was able to do that. And so I bought, like I said, I bought this car for $38,000. I put $8,000 down, and I financed the $30,000 through my credit union. And I was able to, slowly but surely chip away at it. And eventually we saved up enough to pay off the car if needed. So it eventually got to a point where we were just, my career was going good. It was kind of taking off. My fiance's career was doing great. And so we were like, okay, well, let's kind of see where this takes us, So it was a great kind of experience buying from it, and especially buying from such a great seller. That's kind of the most important thing. And it's true when people say buy the seller, not the car. So that was really awesome to see. And I was just so stoked to be a part of such an awesome car with an awesome history. So yeah, that's kind of what I did. Sorry guys, I'm starving. Let's go get some food. All right, so cool. So, all right, let's go get some food. We're gonna go into Chipotle, see what they got, and then go from there. Hey, can I do a bowl You guys already know. All right, let's dig in. Say a quick prayer. Man, what a beautiful night. It's kind of cool having it's kind of weird. Like, I just noticed kind of filming. It's like you're always like talking to someone. It's like you're not here just by yourself, even though you're here by yourself. I don't know if that makes sense, but it does in my head. I don't know about you guys, but I love when you can see when it starts to get dusk and then all the night lights start to come out. Oh, it's just a super cool feeling that you get. All right, so it turns out we're gonna go for a cruise. I'm gonna go pick up my fiance. She's gonna be filming, and then we're going to this place. It's called Topanga Overlook, and we've been there once, but it was really cloudy, and we didn't really get the full experience. But it's supposed to be insane. So we're just gonna cruise up there, enjoy some music, bring you guys along the way, and just yeah, let's go. Look at who we have here. What a lovely surprise. Picked up the fiance. All right, hold that.
You mean it?
Yeah, now hold that.
Heavy. Should I put my hair up or are you gonna put the windows down?
Nah, probably not.
What do I do with this?
Oh, you shine it on my face. Oh, wow, that's bright. Does it look good on the camera?
Your eyes look so blue.
Does it look good? Dang, I'm going blind looking into this. Oh, goodness.
But I didn't work out after the baby, so now I feel so good.
So, turns out Topanga Overlook is just a spot to go smoke some weed. So, yeah, view's pretty cool. Hopefully we caught that lady in the background. It was a little interesting, but the crowd here is a little bit, you know, not my type of crowd. So, we might find something else to do. If not, this might just be the end of the vlog, but stay tuned because we got more stuff coming. So, what can I say? If there's anything else, you'll see it in here in a sec, but here we are. Break.